from his very busy schedule on our humble request. I also welcome our senior functionaries, Ginny ma'am, our senior director, Manish sir, and all my colleagues. Ginny ma'am and Manish sir are continuously guiding us and pushing us for arranging such sessions for our students. So I heartily welcome my dear students of Management and Commerce stream of LPU Online Education and Distance Education in today's session. So as with the protocol, now it is my privilege to give a brief introduction of our today's resource person, Professor Pavitra Prakash Singh sir, who is popularly known as Dr. P.P. Singh. Dr. P.P. Singh is a professor and dean of school. He is a seasoned academician, author, and administrator with rich experience of 28 years in industry teaching, research with the entrepreneurial experience. Sir's area of specializations are customer relationship management, brand leadership, international affairs, integrated marketing communications. Sir has done doctorate in management with 3 postgraduate degrees. Nowadays, normally we will find people with 1 postgraduate, but sir is having the distinction of having 3 postgraduate degrees in physics, English, as well as in management. Sir is having keen interest in international politics, international relations, strategic management. Whenever I am visiting sir's library, it just make me feel happy to see a big, I would say, the collection of the books and the varied interest areas of sir. In his career, sir has undertaken more than 162 academic and 7 consultancy projects. He has presented more than 50 research papers in various national and international conferences and seminars. Sir is having 27 books and 100 research papers on his credit in various scopus and index journals. He is having a number of patents and copyrights to his credit. For his excellent contribution to the society at large, he has been honored with Manufacturing Association Faridabad Award 2014 by Honorable Governor of Haryana and Bharat Vidya Shiromani Award from India Solidarity Council, New Delhi. Sir has also visited various countries like Tanzania, Sri Lanka, Pakistan for academic as well as research purposes. Sir is a member and chairman of various boards and committees, and on the same, he is a regular speaker on various workshops and platforms. Now, this is all about the academics, but if I look into the personal grounds, he is so humble that approachable by the students also, every time eager to help the students as well as the faculty members. Whosoever is going to meet sir, he is not coming empty-handed. Whatever the wish the person is having, that is being fulfilled by sir. So he is a very, very kind-hearted person. Whenever we go to sir for any kind of problem, we are coming out with the solutions for that. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. And now, not taking much of the time between Professor Pavitra Prakash Singh sir and students, now I hand over the baton to sir to enlighten our students with his wisdom and experience. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Ajay. It's a pleasure to interact with you and with students in this online era also. And I remember the days when we both used to teach the same subject. I think that was marketing. Few
Yes,
years back, we used to teach. And thank you for again honoring me with such good words. I do not know whether I deserve it or not, but I'll take it very humbly and nicely.
sir, it's I would say that it's our duty that you not deserve this. These are the less words, I would say, sir.
Thank you, thank you. And the library, you reminded me, it needs to be replenished again sometime. I'm just seeing it that there are few shelves empty.
Frankly speaking, sir, whenever I visit you, I am being tempted to take few books out of it for reading.
You are always welcome. Return them back. Reading you are mentioning that means.
Thank you, sir.
So,
thank you.
Let's start the journey today. The topic is marketing, and I'd like to share my screen with all the audience and all my students, where I'll be learning and interacting with them throughout this session.
This is visible, sir.
Marketing, it's visible. Marketing, as such, if we try to say in whether it's in field of pharmacy, whether it's in field of IT, engineering, or somewhere, definitely management is. I'm not mentioning because management by itself take care of marketing. Nowhere we are going to do anything, any job without marketing. So marketing is something which is the essence of almost all the jobs. If we are doing a coding, we have a customer in the way of our superior boss, whom we have to sell that coding, whom we have to justify that coding. If it comes up to expectation, he's going to buy my coding, otherwise I'll have to do a recoding. If there is a doctor, he is having a customer in the form of patient. If there is a druggist, he is in the form of a druggist. I'm talking about the person at a drugstore. He is having a person in the form of a purchaser who wish to have that kind of a salt or something through which the chemist, normally we in India, we call it chemist or pharmacist. And if there is an engineer, he has to build the bridge and he has to sell that concept to all. Saying it is very easy that I'll create this thing, I'll make this thing, and I'll make it sell to people. And there is always a difference between selling and marketing. Selling is making a product and then defining the audience for it. But whereas marketing, it starts well before the manufacturing. So selling starts from manufacturing, after the manufacturing, and marketing starts well before manufacturing. So that's not the part of our discussion today. The difference between selling and marketing, it is already assumed that the audience must be known to it. But marketing as such, we have been hearing for last 30, 40 years. What is that? It has changed. So what is basically marketing? Marketing, and we often hear about 3 or 4 different definitions. That is creating it is knowing, understanding, and creating the needs, wants, desire of a customer or a consumer to produce a idea, goods, or a services which is mutually beneficial to others. So that's marketing in a summary way. But from where marketing started and what actually today is marketing? So the basic purpose of today's topic is not marketing, it is marketing 5.0. That is the era in which we are living. And basically whatever we are doing today is marketing 5.0. But I'm not saying there is marketing 1.0 not existing, 0.2, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0 is not existing. But let's understand what is the latest in marketing. So the marketing started, if I shared with you, marketing started with product, then customer, then human-centric approach, then to digital approach when the people were born into the internet age. Then today, when those people who were born in internet age, they do not have the access. Student of first grade, a person of 3 years of age, he is having access to this particular digital kind of a thing or a smartphone. He sees more of as compared to less of the human being. So he is spending more time on his farm as compared to less time on internet. So marketing 1.0 was basically the product driven. We were making the product and we were assuming the product will be sold. In a way, it was more or less like that. You keep on creating the product and the product will by itself creates its own demand. So supply will create its own demand. A beautiful example lies in the very crude form in the vegetable market. We say so many vegetables. They are vegetable vendors. They are selling onions. One is selling potato. Another one is selling tomato. And there is another one who is another one who is selling tomato. So there are two tomato sellers, three tomato sellers, mango sellers, and so many. And if we keep on thinking, because as I said, marketing starts with the consumer. So if I keep on thinking that there is already a supplier in the market who is selling the potato, and why will a consumer come to me? Because marketing says the product starts with the consumer, the needs of the consumer, the demands of the consumer, the wants, the desires of the consumer. So if there are 4 or 5 vegetable vendors, 4 or 5 fruit sellers, the second one will not think that I'll sell because first is already existing. So will third will not think because first is already existing. So the fourth will also not think. So from here, the industrial revolution idea, when it was there, that people started moving towards making the products in bulk. The idea over there was marketing 1.0. The people were convinced, the businessmen were convinced by the economists of those era that keep on making product. If you are making product, people will buy it. The supply will create its own demand. A beautiful example of this is Ford, F-O-R-D, Ford. Ford used to make cars. Now, the cars in those era were having different kind of prices, and all the cars were customized to the need of consumer. Now, customized to the need of consumer, if I am making let's say if this is a jacket, if I make this jacket in bulk, it will have a different price. If this jacket is particularly catered to my design, my shoulders, my arms and everything, it will have a different kind of a price. So Ford thought of, I am investing too much of time in customization. It is first of all decreasing my production capacity. Second one, I do not have resources. Third one, my profits are going down. So what they did, they made a model by name MODEL, model by name T for tiger, T. They said that is called Model T. They said make any number of cars, only black colors, and make as much as you can. People will buy it. And actually it happened, because by making the cars in bulk, in black color, because the color was not different, the customization in the car was not required, everything was standardized, moved towards standardization, and the supply was huge, the prices came down. When the prices came down, the product starts selling more frequently, probability of purchase was more. So that was marketing 1.0. When we were more concerned about product, we were more concerned about efficiencies of, or the capacities efficiencies. This is the example I have shared. I'll just show you one example over here. Please allow me for that. Just allow me for that. I'll share this screen and I'll share that example with you. This one. See, this is the first advertisement of Ford. There is hardly any sound in it. There was a starter which was at the bottom. So it was standardized, no customization. This was marketing 1.0. Everything was standardized, nothing customized. The clutch pedal easy, Nothing like that. If I am a shorter one, I am a taller one, I'll have my clutches differently. The emergency brake was there differently, the standardized kind of a thing. It was not changing as per the height. Because earlier we are talking about car was a luxury. People you do not used to buy it like that. So people used to customize it to their own need. And this was the era of, I'll stop this particular ad. This was the era of, product marketing 1.0. Then people said, it's not, the time changed. The time changed, we moved to 2.0, where the customer satisfaction was the most important. Like we see the ads of private banks and the government banks, we see the ad of so many products where the customer satisfaction is the epitome of my marketing, where the price, the product, the place, the promotion and everything doesn't, it comes into the satisfaction. The satisfaction of that particular thing was the most important thing. I'll give you another example over here. What is marketing 2.0? Just see this. See, this was a hero of all time. This was a singer of all time.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5. Spot I run that out the five to the liquor store around the corner. The boys say they want some gin and juice. Spot I run that out, wanna give us like I had that get sweeter. So
He was a singer who was called Mambo number 5 in our time. Now the time is gone. He was ahead of his time in displaying the good videos, the good music, the fusions, the mixing of sound. But the time changed. Now time changed how everyone will not like to listen to this kind of a song. But yes, there will be a generation who has heard this song, but today they are of a different age group. So how to mix this? How to bring in customer satisfaction? That means any product which was anything which was old, we cannot throw it. So how to rejuvenate it? The same way, if there is a product today which is aligned to my need, like say life insurance product or policies were sold earlier only for insurance. Later on the concept changed. It was also for the investment, it was for saving, and it was for safety also. So the ideologies need to change. Earlier insurance was only safety. Now the customer satisfaction is if you apply in this particular kind of term plan of a life insurance or a vehicle insurance, you might have better returns, or you might have a better safety, or a no hassle paper free kind of a service available. Now coming back to the same example of Mambo number 5, let's see this thing, how it is aligned to needs today.
ladies and gentlemen,
This is NVIDIA, another opera operator. The opera operator, I'm talking about the orchestra operator. And you see the colors are very fluorescent. It is not like that kind of a black colors we used to hear, kind of a song. It's all different kind of a, if you see the background, it's different. Now see how he's bringing the customer satisfaction. Everyone who comes to his concert for listening his opera might not of the same age group. There might be certain companions. There might be different kind of flavors. So how is he bringing? How is he bringing the fusion into the market? Kindly listen.
One, two, three, four, five. Everybody in the house, so come on, let's ride. Liquor store around the corner. The one said it wants 10 and 2. Put it in the corner. It's like I had that freak. I want to say that it's open G. I like Angela, Pamela, Sarah, Henrietta, and then I continue on the so what I came to do, I'm going to Lord, to be learned. Just like sports, everything around, it's all good. And then keep jumping, saying the truth. And then the Monica,
I'll send all the links to you in my chat box. But the point over here is the customer satisfaction. He is bringing the customer satisfaction. He is bringing the flavor. He is bringing in different kind of things to market. Now, everything is not customer satisfaction. If I try to look onto the customer satisfaction marketing 2.0, I might be making, let's say, a person who wish to eat only nuggets, chicken nuggets, or a person who wish to eat only what we say, fried chicken, or a person who wish to have smartphones. I cannot make everyone happy. I cannot make all products for them. So what I have to do, I have to do something different. Different is make the world a better place. Not only consumer in mind, but also the society in mind. That means I'll be providing that thing to the consumer which is good, which is not perfect, which is not profit oriented, which is for life. For example, I'll give him a motorcycle, I'll give him a car, I'll give him a car never means I'm going to give him a gift, but I'm going to sell him a car. A car can run without service for 1,000, 5,000 or 10,000 kilometers kind of a thing. But I'll give him a car which is having easy availability of service stations along with it. I'll give him a car which is polluting the environment very less. I'll give him a medicine which is not having very much or very high side effects. I'll give him a service or legal service which is affordable. I'll give him a hospital which is taking care of his health as well as providing him certain kind of hygiene and affordability of money. So these are few things which I'll be taking care of. So this was marketing 3.0, which you can always see it over there. Mayo Clinic, they always say that if you have a problem, we experts and different people, physician will come together. Let's say, for example, if one of your known is having certain kind of operation in the hospital, and they do not have a person who can give anesthesia to him, to the patient, then the hospital do not require to have a anesthetist for it. He may call in from somewhere. So expert. A hospital may expertise in ortho, but if someone is having some other kind of problem or ailment, he may call in experts from other places also. So that is what marketing 3.0 is. It is not only the consumer satisfaction, that if you have come over here for ortho kind of a problem, I am not going to take you only for ortho. I am going to take care of whole of the thing. I am going to make the world a better place to live. Then comes the marketing 4.0. Marketing 4.0 is more or less over here. When I'm talking about an era of around 1990 onwards, when the mobile handsets were just like that. 1990, internet started working. So now the person who were born in this age, they will have a digital, they will have a different kind of need, different kind of a requirement. Like I asked few of my students that as you are doing MBA, you must bring in economics time to your class. You must bring in a habit of reading it. Answer was, sir, can we have the subscription online? Now these are the people who were born in somewhere around between 1990 to 2010 kind of a thing. So these are students, these are candidates, these are consumers which were born during those area, those timing, and their needs were. So why are we discussing it? Marketing 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. These all are marketing concepts. These all are era of marketing. And these all are directed towards different kind of segments. Let's say for a purpose, I'm talking about over here, this one. This customer satisfaction, or over here. Now see this thing. He is a person who is a baby boomer.
About 2 miles every other day. I still find my stride. I'm young for my age, fit for any age. I'm 95 years old. I just ran a marathon.
So now the point over here is when the marketer is there, I'll skip 5.0 for a second. Please understand this one. This one. This is the world we are living in. There are people who are born during this area. There are people who are born during this era, born during this era, born during this era, or something like that. Baby boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z, Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha are the candidates, are the consumers who are in our who are at our house, who have been born after kind of 210. So now 210 is something like that. They have started influencing our decisions. So the point over here is marketing 4.0 is like this. Now when I'm talking about a person who is born into an era of 1990 to 2010, you must see people who are wearing Nike shoes, people who are wearing smart watches, people who are wearing who are carrying phones with pedometers, people who are charting out their diet plans according to the movement of steps they are doing. So this is marketing 4.0, where the technology was mixing, or technology was being taken help for by the marketer to make the consumer happy kind of a thing. But 5.0 is the biggest problem. Now we are not living in an area, we are not living with only the humans. We are not living with the living beings. We are living with robots. Now that's marketing 5.0. That's how the challenge comes. That's how marketing 5.0 is different. The first one, the product. The second one, customer satisfaction. Third one, human centric. Fourth one, technology entering into. Fifth one is technology is overpowering us. Now everything we need is being dictated by technology. I'll take you to one example which I have kept in over here. See this thing. This is clothes changing. This is the area we are living in. This is the 5.0. This is that I have a body to cover, and there are clothes where I can drape myself around with those clothes and I can see how I am fitting it. This is marketing 5.0, where AI, robotics, IoT has entered into my life. Like I am wearing a smartwatch. After every 1 hour, it says 2 hours, it says 256 steps left or something like that. Like today, It's 2,267 steps, whereas I have put in a clock of around 10,000 steps. So it will keep on beeping at around 8 p.m. in the night that you have to complete those kind of steps. This is the era where we are being dominated by robots or technology. This is the era we are living. And now the issue is the marketer has to sell these things to us, or marketer has to sell things to them. I think many of us must be using Amazon. Many of us must be using. I'll take you to example, live example. Just hang on. Let's say I enter into this Amazon. Shop online. Okay. Now, if I sign in with my email ID, I do not know if I'll be able to put in the right. For security reason, it has to send to. Okay. Just hang on for a second. I'll show you one example which I wish to show you live. Now see, they are not now. Amazon is for me, and Amazon is not selling to me. Amazon is selling, forcing the products, pick up from where you left, keep shopping for buy again. Now see, this is marketing 5.0, where AI, artificial intelligence, where generative artificial intelligence has entered into my life, where everything which I have done in my past is deciding my present and my future. I might have watched in for some kind of a sound bar somewhere. It is telling me that. I might have seen for some kind of a discount. It is over it. There must be something which I must have put in my cart. There must be something which I must be searching in the last few hours or few days. There must be something which are important for me, which I have searched in past. Now see, this is what the marketing 5.0 is. The mankind and the new technology. I'll show you one more example, a beautiful example I brought in for this particular session. It's very interesting. Say this thing.
Meet Sora, the world's first humanoid robot that brings a whole new level of technology into the field of human care. Thanks to her friendly look and size, Sora can be used in healthcare or schools with special education needs. Sora is capable of many things. She can even dance to your favorite music, making you feel happy and carefree. Equipped with a touch panel, you can program Sora. She will become fully autonomous. Sora has 2 speakers and several microphones to communicate with you. Sora features a built-in camera to capture your every moment. She can also scan any barcode. In residential care centers, elderly people find Sora extremely entertaining. Sora can demonstrate gymnastics exercises. Her motor skills are a big step forward in the evolution of robotic systems that make her employable in many areas and sectors. She's also in schools where children are special needs. Sora can be a storyteller or teach them how to dance. Even if you're lonely, Sora can be your best friend as a companion or friend. Meet the world's first human care robot. Sora.
Now, see what has happened, starting from the journey of marketing 1.0, where we were selling the product, we were looking in for customer satisfaction, we are making a world a better place. We move to the technology part. Over here, the technology is taking us. Now that is the augmented reality, that is the VR, video reality, that is the robotics, that is the AI entering into our life. So marketing is going to be a very big challenge. Earlier, how easy we could sell is not going to happen. Now, even if now see this particular example by itself, various consumer categories with distinct needs. Earlier, the cycles were only of 2 or 3 kinds. Now we have n number of cycles, n number of varieties of cycles, and n number of segments of cycles. Now see, that's how we are going to be challenged by these things. Then coming on to, so what is marketing 5.0? Marketing 5.0 is where the match of humans with the predictive analysis of machines, where we take the help of machines in helping us to understand that how is my consumer going to react. It is where I am asking my computers for a certain patterns of actions which I cannot predict very accurately through the data sets, because I have my limited ability of calculations or analysis, but my values, attitudes, what humans can read, what motives are actions, my machines can give certain kind of patterns for actions. Like in Book My Show, there is a app which is called Book My Show. You go to that particular app and book a ticket for a particular show. When you search for that particular thing, they often say this particular seat is the most frequently sold seat. Now that is where they are making us move toward that particular action of buying. That is marketing 5.0, where my consumer experience, my customer experience is going to be very comfortable. Earlier, when we go to multiplexes, we used to have the ticket, we used to sit down during the interval, we used to go out, rest ourselves and bring in something to eat. That means for 1.5 hour, initial 1.5 hour or 1 hour of the movie, we were sitting idle and watching the movies, because we can't talk that loud, because the different other audience were also around, and also the music and the audio was very harsh. So I can't go outside, I can't bring in something for eating. But now they give you self-service over there. They give you on the seat service over there. Go to, I'll take you to one particular example, one more ad. It's beautiful ad, kindly allow me. There are so many things, so I have not saved them. It will be very difficult for us to play it like this. Just see this. I think they have removed it. Yeah. Burj-Al-Arab. Sorry. Now see, this is the marketing at its best. There are clients, there are people, there are visitors, there are
person who wished to stay and told them how they are greeting. All kind of facilities and amenities are there. The rooms are luxurious, 5-star facility. Whatever you need, it's highly perfectly in order. Every small care for a kid is taken. The music is there. The food is taken care of. The journey is taken care of. Whatever you demand, it's there. So now this was a marketing of old era. This is a marketing of old era. We may say, okay, this was a marketing of 4.0 kind of a thing, or 2.0 when the customer satisfaction was most important. But now marketing 5.0, where my interpretation ends and machine's interpretation starts. One example, the Pepsi. I'll again ask for this particular thing. Okay, over here. Okay, this is how Pepsi is using artificial intelligence. See this thing. I'll just make you, although there is a video, I'll not be able to play whole of it because of it is thing. Pepsi did just with Lay's messy message. Pepsi is deciding, launching the brands on how the people are talking on the pages of or the threads of Pepsi at different social media, what kind of a flavors they are asking, and they are launching the brands according to the flavor. AI can dramatically, Pepsi team can respond to consumer demand in a shortened timelines. That means people, the company, every company is now moving towards AI. Now the issue is, if this is 5.0, why it is that we are discussing it and why it is that we can't apply it? There are certain, now this is the basic second portion of my discussion with you. There are few challenges with it. What are those challenges? I have already shared. There are people in this generation. Today we are living in a generation with 2-century-old people. There are people with 5 different generations living together. People who are born after First World War, Second World War, then 1819 till now we are living. So 5 generations of thoughts we are living in now, and the biggest and the most problematic generation, or the most important, I'm sorry to use most problematic, the most important generation is Generation Alpha. It is not A, Generation Alpha. So let me take you to what is Generation Alpha. Why is marketing 5.0 attached towards that particular thing? See this thing.
Before I end the show, I want to ask you a question. We know about Generation X, anyone born before 1980. We know about Generation Y, otherwise known as millennials. We know about Generation Z or Gen Z. What comes after that? We've run out of letters, but a whole new generation is now emerging, the oldest of whom are on the cusp of turning just 10. Meet Generation Alpha. Why should you care? Because it is emerging as the most influential generation yet. Why do I say that? Firstly, it is the first generation to be born entirely in the 21st century. Think about that. They could be the kids of millennials or siblings of Gen Z. Researchers say they may be the best educated, most tech savvy, and the most empowered.
Now, this is over here. Marketing 5.0 is very trickier because these people will understand marketing 5.0, but there are baby boomers also. The person whom I have shown you ad of Nike, he is also living. Your parents are also living. Grandparents are also living. Your elder brothers, sisters are also living. You are also living, and so are your kids also living. So these are digital natives. They may understand. They are the youngest consumers. Please listen to this. We'll discuss it.
Our generation ever. And so they could be influencing lifestyle choices, yours, mine, family choices, what we should eat, how we should spend our money, how we should feel about emerging trends. You may be wondering, they're just kids, right? What do they know? You'll be surprised. While some of us have had to learn how to use technology, these are digital natives. They are the youngest consumers. They are aware of pressing issues. Try having a conversation with them. They know about climate change, changing trends, even war. They're well informed and opinionated. The term Generation Alpha came from social researcher Mark McCrindle in 2008. He says,
okay, I'll share this particular thing with you. But the point which I wanted to make was the first challenge with marketing 5.0 is the generation gap. We are living in 5 generations together, and there is a generation gap. One bicycle, one life insurance policy, one mobile is not going to work. We have to have different kind of products target toward different kind of people. See this thing? I've already shared this thing. Then there is the second challenge, which is prosperity polarization. There is a polarization of job. There are many jobs at high end and many jobs at very low end. The middle class is shrinking. The middle class has populated towards high end, or there are people at very bottom end. So the pyramid of population pyramid, which used to be like this, is not like this. It is like this, and then it goes like this. People at top are there. The demand for luxury is increasing. The polarization of ideologies are there. The caste, creed, religion, system, so many things are adding into it. The polarization of lifestyle. There are people who are living with the minimalistic approach. There is an approach which is called minimalistic approach, and there are people who are living in luxuries. Then polarization of markets is also there. There are high-end malls, there are low-end malls, there are middle-end malls, there are Karyana stores, there are markets, there is a colony market. You can have any kind of a thing. So this is the second challenge we are having. First one is we are living into a generation gap. Second one is the prosperity polarization. And this is the biggest problem we are having is the digital divide. There are people who are so accustomed, like I told you, like we discussed, Generation Alpha, Generation Y, Generation X, the millennials, or they have lived in or they are born into, or they are very comfortable using smartphone. But there is a generation which is not that comfortable. The kind of comfortability these alpha people will have, the X and Y or the millennials, which we call, will not have with the digital kind of a thing. We see the influencers on social media. They do nothing, but they influence one particular product towards the segment or the target audience which they have there as their followers. So huge digital divide is there. There are companies who are on the traditional media approach, and there are companies who are getting the most benefit of digital innovation. They are on all kind of handles, starting from WhatsApp, starting from Facebook to Insta to LinkedIn to whatnot, to Snapchat and ABCD XYZ. And there are companies which are not that kind. So there is a huge digital divide. People are unable to understand how to use this thing. Why? Because there is a confusion that whether the digital age, this particular thing is a pro or a con. How to use it? How is it beneficial to us or it is not beneficial to us? Like for example, I gave you a certain quoting of this Pepsi. Pepsi is using artificial intelligence just to create new brands, new flavors of their product. Because it is a rich company, it is having money, it may afford, but there may be other companies which may not afford. Another example over here is, I'll show you. See this. Not this one. Just hang on. There was a Starbucks issue. Just hang on. There was a Starbucks. How is Starbucks using it? Starbucks is using this particular AI like the same way as you see in your particular these preferred wallets which we use. When we go to Swiggy, Zomato, they always take you to the preferred kind of a payment mode or something like that. Starbucks says that as soon as the customer enter, they go for face recognition and everything and name and all that, and they record it. Next time, as soon as the person comes in, there is if he is the old customer, there is a pop-up kind of a thing which comes in and make the attendant introduce to him before he comes to his desk. So that's the kind of a technology overpowering us. Now the issue is, if marketing 5.0 is that, and if these are the challenges, how to tackle these? The customer journey has to be from aware to appeal, to ask, to act, and to act again. Because marketing is not over here only. Marketing will be beneficial only when we are acting again and bringing in profits again. So there are 8 principles. This is the ending point of this particular discussion. There are 8 principles. Challenge your mental model and always stay ahead. Whatever your competitors are doing, whatever people are thinking, you'll have to be a bit ahead of it. Like Jio. No company, no mobile service provider in India thought of Jio is going to launch with a free mobile service for almost 1.5 years. It distributed free SIMs, it distributed free internet, it distributed free calls. For 1.5 years, they almost empowered everything. So reinvent your approach to customer and stakeholders. Like Mercedes or BMW, what they have started, or Rolls-Royce also, they have started that you can go to their website and customize your vehicle before they deliver it to you. So there are ways how you can reimagine and reinvent your approach. Speed up digital transformation and design for personalization at scale. You cannot wait for the train to cross over you. You'll have to change the tracks. The digital transformation is going to happen sooner or later. It is going to happen. When ATM came, when the computers came, people were in doubt that the jobs will go away. It has not happened. The jobs are there. Yes, different kind of a skill set is required, but you will have to understand. There is a particular book, Design Thinking. I'll send the link to you sometime. and it talks about how the digital transformation and design is happening at the casinos in Las Vegas. How are they designing the casinos? The marketing 5.0, where technology enters, which path, which route is more traveled. If a person is sitting over here, which path, which route is more traveled, which kind of a game, which kind of a table, which kind of a gambling plots can be arranged accordingly. So these are few examples where challenging your mental mode, reinventing digital transformation, or reinvent your talent strategy. So you do not need only the experienced heads, the we say the gray hairs. You need the black hairs, the young people to come and sell it. In China, I'm forgetting the name of the country, or China or Japan. There is a tradition that the high-end cars, the salesperson of high-end cars are very rich people. The salesperson of high-end cars are very rich people. Why? Because they know what the customer is, because they belong to that kind of a category. And they know what the car should do, because they are by themselves the customers. Seize the opportunity for speed and design. Innovate, then experiment, experiment, and experiment. You cannot stand that Maruti was making a Maruti 800 or 500 and it can still stand easy. No, Maruti has to enter into EV vehicles. Maruti has to go away with diesel engine. So you'll have to innovate. You will have to create new products. Then you will have to experiment with them. Redraw your timelines, as Pepsi has redrawn his timeline, but consumers told that the innovation, the time you are taking for understanding our needs and launching a product into the market is high. You have to understand it through AI or few other things. Deploy idealized design, recreate like IKEA has done. IKEA has done marvelous. The furniture shop kind of a example was furniture kind of a shop or concept was very different. It needed a huge space, but see how they have reduced the requirement of space. And then they knew that the furniture will not be purchased with the click of a finger. Furniture or certain kind of a household things need certain kind of a patience to sit around. So they introduced IKEA kitchens, where there are live things being made for them, and they can sit over there and eat kind of a IKEA restaurant. So you have to idealize or recreate your organizational structure and network optimize. Like you go into mall, you see, go into any mall which is having a sale and see where the particular thing which is on sale is put in, whether it is at the front end or whether it is at the back end. For the males, it is at the very back end. For the females, it is at the very main entrance. Why? Because of their own psychological reasons, the ladies wish to be lured into certain kind of a purchasing. So the sale is on the front, and later on they are drawn into certain other kind of a purchasing. Whereas for males, if they purchase something on a sale, they will come out. For males, the sale is at the very end, so that they pass through whole of the mall and then they see the last kind. And from where this all came? This all came with the application of AI, IoT, or other kind of a thing. So basically, marketing 5.0 is understanding the technology, understanding the consumer experience. But there are three challenges in the form of generations, in the form of this propensity of this particular prosperity polarization. Then there is a digital divide. The customer journey has to be in over there. These are certain kind of a tools which can be used in, but because I am having a less time, these 8 principles can be taken in some other lecture, because by itself, this all 8 principles are a different kind of a lecture, that how marketing 5.0, when we are living into a world where technology has overtaken our needs, where technology is deciding what we have to buy, where the generations are mixed, where so many digital divides are happening, how to create a marketing approach around it. So this I'll take in some other class sometime. With this, I leave the house open for certain kind of correct questions if they are. Professor Ajay, if there are queries.
Sir, some of the questions are there which students have asked.
PPT download link. There is no download link. The PPT is available with me. I'll send it to you, Dr. Ajay and Asim ji. You can always share with them.
Yes, sir.
Any queries or any questions they can, otherwise you can always send me the questions later on. I can always answer them.
No, sir. Students, if you have any question, you may ask on chat even. Sir, one of the question is there from Radhika. Customer satisfaction is not compulsory in marketing 5.0. Sir, it is compulsory in 4.0 only.
No, 100% it is compulsory, because I'll allow me to share the screen once again. Kindly see this particular diagram. This will explain it once again. See, this is 5.0. Everything is in the hand of human, but human cannot decide everything. The starting point is human always. The satisfaction has to come of human only. The needs are of human, but technology will decide what I need to have. And it will groom me, or it will allure me that this is my need. Example is, the basic function of a phone is only to communicate the voice messages or the messages, the voice call or the messages. But see what a phone can do today. It can web browse for you. You can go to social media. You can have videos. You can watch movies. You can go to different kind of apps. You can communicate live. A, B, C, D, X. You can use it as a torch. You can use it as a pedometer. You can use it for containing so much of information. You can use it as a pen drive. You can use it as a storage. You can use it as a power bank, and number of things. So basically, no way it is said that consumer satisfaction is to be ignored in any of the marketing. Consumer satisfaction in marketing 1.0 was also there. But at that time, the needs were not very high. But now the needs are very high. And how they are very high? We are human. First is our intellect had gone a little bit better. The second thing is technology has made eyes open. The horizon for thinking has opened. So definitely it is there that. Sir, can you give a? I don't know. मैं ही पढ़ता रहूं सर ये. How is marketing 3.4, 3.0 and 4.0 different? Are we supposed to be scared of AI taking care of? Yes, we are supposed to be scared, but we are supposed to be very cautious. I'm sorry, we are not supposed to be scared, but we should be very cautious of what AI can do us. I told you, Pepsi is designing their products according to. Starbucks is giving customer services using this one. IoT, Internet of Things we are using, apps we are using. So AI is not to be afraid of, but AI is to be used. And if allow me to be using that word, AI is to be utilized rather than misutilized. So that is how this is what, and how marketing 3.0 was basically working for humanities, and 4.0 is for internet, and now this is technology for humanity. So if we try to say marketing 5.0, it is technology for humanity. Sir, can you give a short description on marketing 1 to 5? One is product, second one is customer, third one is your marketing. 1.0 is product, 2.0 is customer, third one is for making a better place, a world a better place, fourth one is taking care of internet, and fifth one is technology for humanity.
Sir, one of the question is from Anjana. Sir, I would like to request you to explain how prosperity of ideologies is also a challenge one more time.
Okay, I'll allow me to share that particular. Okay, where am I? And this one. This is. See, I'll quote a very recent example. Ukraine and Russia are going under a certain kind of a problems or war or a conflict. Now, polarization of ideology. There are two kinds of world around it. Few people say, few countries say Russia is wrong, few countries say Ukraine is wrong, or whatever. But what is polarization of ideology? There is a cap that all the Russian oil will not be sold beyond $60 of barrel at one time. There was a cap. They put in that all the crude oil which the Russia produce will not be sold in international market for more than $60. Why? The point was they 60 is a genuine kind of a price. After this, the price which Russia is going to have from it, they are going to weaponize themselves and they are going to go aggressive into war. They have their own kind of thing. But see, this is polarization of ideology. The same product at differential prices, which is compelled by different persons. So this is pulling into opposite directions. The Democrats, the Republican, the ruling party, the opposition party, the marketing is going to be different in all the ways. Like when before 2014 election, the social media was not used very highly and accurately in India. 2014, yes, it was used, but it was never used that way around. But in 2014, social media was used very heavily and definitely very targeted and very beneficial for certain political parties. So it is the polarization of ideologies. Like another ideology is vegan meat, vegan, V-E-G-A-N. That is how, that's a different kind of a meat product or a different kind of a eatable product. Now, that's a polarization of ideology. Said, I do not wish to eat non-veg, I wish to eat non-veg. Then in the Muslims and Arab world, you have a different kind of a meat flavors also, the halals, the jatkas, or few other kind of a thing. So ideologies are going to differ, and marketing is definitely going to differ accordingly. Then you have different kind of eggs. One is this kind of egg, the second one is this kind, that kind of egg. Then another kind of that ideology, I never wish to favor multinational. So there is a popular brand popularized in India around it, that I am going to produce a Maggi opposite to this particular brand of Nestle. Nestle is a multinational company, and there was another company which produced substitute product of it in a different way in India, that is how the ideologies will differ. That is how the marketing is going to differ. As per my ideologies, my marketing is going to differ. An old age person will like to eat with peace, with pleasure at home. Eat, what we say, take away. Another person, a youth, a urbanized, a person like 20, 21, this kind of a age, he will like to eat with his friends in a bubbly, hubbly, happening space. So there are chaos, there are restaurants, or there is a giant available for them where they can eat. So ideologies have to differ, whether they are political, whether they are caste, whether they are religion, whether they are because of age, whether they are because of gender. It can, they need to differ.
Sir, one of the question is from Pankhodi. Sir, since Marketing 5.0 is based on tech industry, doesn't it will ample of opportunities to IT sector people, but not enough to commerce or art students?
Again, I'll go back to the same question which was asked by one of the lady in the earlier before to this question, that we cannot forget customer. Yes, technology is going to happen, but technology also requires certain kind of a funding, certain kind of a accounting. So it is not like, it is the same kind of a notion that if computers are going to come, the jobs are going to go away. It is never going to happen. If there is a technology happening, there is a digital divide also, which was one of the challenge. All are not having access to that kind of a technology. All are not even heard of. Many of us might not have even heard of AR, VR, or few other kind of a thing. Augmented reality, IoT, or few other things. So there is a huge population which has not heard. But yes, there is a substantial chunk of people who have heard and they need products for them. You cannot ignore them. But that never means if you cannot ignore them and you are going to make product from them, these people are not going to have product. These people will also have product because market is huge now. The market earlier used to be like this pyramid, but it is not like this. It is like this, where the bottom is more, the middle is gone, and then there is a population at the top. So there is a space for everyone. Space for everyone. But it's a huge opportunity for technology. Let's understand it with a very clear thing. But that never means commerce and others will go away. They will require to put in certain kind of funds. They will require to audit. They will require to put in certain kind of financial balances, checks and balances into place. And Finacle is a beautiful example of it. Finacle is a software which is used for banking, and banking is basically a commerce kind of a job. So, but technology has entered into it. But technology has entered into it. That never means accountants are gone. Accountants are still there.
Sir, I think these was the question. One of the question is, the last question is, I think, what is meaning of point act again in customer journey topic? Minal Thakur want to ask.
Can you repeat it? I am unable to get it.
So what is the meaning of act again in customer journey topic?
Okay. Act again is, that means repurchase. I'll show you that particular slide so that you understand it in a better way. Act again is the dollar. Act is actually, if you try to see this customer journey, I am making you aware there is a appeal to buy that particular thing. You can ask or evaluate the purchase. Then you are taking a decision of purchase. And act again is repurchase. Because once a purchase, there is a research. It says a person to bring back a customer. Customer is person who has already purchased a product from me. to bring back a old customer to me requires only 1/5 of efforts to bring a new customer. एक नया कस्टमर लेकर आने में 100 रुपए लगते हैं, एक पुराना कस्टमर अपने पास लाने में सिर्फ 20 रुपया लगता है. So this is act again. If I am bringing a loyal, I am turning a customer into a loyal customer. That's the best thing I can have. That's the customer journey. A customer will also not like to go into this cycle again. If I purchased a good brand, I like to stick with this. But if I purchased a good brand, I like to stick with this brand for another purchase. I'll not like to chase that particular brand again and again. So this is act again.
So these were the questions by students. So
Thank you, Asim ji.
thank you, sir.
Student. Thank you, dear student.
So my esteemed guest and participants, good evening. On behalf of Lovely Profession University, I stand before you with a heart full of gratitude and appreciation as we bring the curtain down on this enlightening masterclass. Today has been a day of immense learning, insightful discussion, and a wonderful exchange of ideas. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished speaker, Pavitra Prakash Singh sir, for gracing us with his profound knowledge, expertise, and time. Sir, your insight have truly been enlightening and have left an indelible mark on all of us. I request Dr. Pitpal Singh sir Pavitra Prakash Singh sir, on behalf of Center of Distance Education and Online, to spare some more time for our students to deliver more lectures. Now I extend our appreciation to our seniors, Ms. Gini Nijavan, Senior Director, Mr. Manish Kumar, Director, Center of Distance and Online Education, whose unwavering support has made this masterclass possible. Your commitment to education and knowledge sharing is truly commendable, and we are grateful for your continuous support and guidance. A special note of thanks goes to our organizing team, Ms. Parminder Kaur and Mr. Rohit, whose meticulous planning and hard work has ensured the smooth execution of this masterclass. Your dedication behind the scenes have not gone unnoticed, and today's success is a testament of your efforts. Last but not the least, to all our attendees, both present and who has joined virtually, thank you for being a part of the journey, for dedicating your valuable time to be a part of this masterclass. Your enthusiasm, engagement, and thoughtful questions have added a dynamic dimension to today's masterclass. It is your active participation that has made the event truly exceptional. We hope that the insights gained today will have a lasting impact on your personal and professional life. As we conclude this masterclass, let us carry forward the lesson learned and ideas exchanged into our daily life. Let's continue to strive for excellence, embrace continuous learning, and contribute to the betterment of our respective fields and society at large. Thank you once again, sir, and everyone who have contributed to the success of this masterclass. Here's to the pursuit of knowledge and the promise of more enriching experience in the future. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks a lot. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. God bless you.
Thank
Have
you,
a
sir.
nice time. Regards to Gini ma'am and Manish ji.
Thank you, sir.